This is the morning of September, or excuse me, I keep saying September, but it's October 11th of 2020. It's approximately 10 o'clock in the morning. I've just entered my other shop where there's water leaks, and you can see they leak right over the door. And this is the water that puddles here, and it comes down the corner of the wall and also from directly above. I'm going to see if I can get it because there's some rust holes up here. And this corner, I don't know how well it's going to show in here, but you can see where all the paint's coming off the wall there. This is the water that just flows down the wall here from the corner and the top up there, and it comes down. And of course it's rusted out the entire door frame. I've had to weld this door into the frame because where the hinge is attached to the frame, it rusted out and fell off. Bruce won't replace the door either. He says I broke it. It was like that when we were starting. Let's see if we can get these leaks up here. You can see that hole right there. Of course, looks like a shotgun went through here too. You may be able to see the water dripping out of it. I'll try to zoom in here. You can see that's a big hole, big rust hole. And water comes through there. All the rust holes over here going over to the wall. Everything's just, you can see how it just comes down there, right there at the corner of that vent there. There's the water comes from that corner above it. It sits there and it pools, and you can just see how it just comes down the wall and just absolutely destroys everything that's there. And this is probably, in my opinion probably not worth a lot here because I'm not a structural engineer, but this is probably creating a structural problem as it deteriorates the concrete block over time. It may not be able to take the load of the roof with water on it. And then we've got the other leak here. We can see, can't really get back, and you can see the water sitting here on the floor. It leaks in from down the wall at the top, and I believe it's leaking from between the wall because I don't really ever see anything dripping out of the ceiling up there. But that's the wetness, and at times, if it's heavy enough rain or it rains long enough, it'll fill this place up. It'll leak pretty good. Trying to keep the darkness in there as I walk around because I want to see if it's leaking out from the other side over here where you can see it. It's not. It's going under that pallet, so you won't be able to see it there. But that's the wetness on the floor from it. There's a lot of dirt and dust down there. So these are the water leaks. These are in unit 14 and 15. And the roof over here, or the inside panels anyway, seem to be in a little better shape than they are on the other side. It's like they were replaced at one time. You know, I was told there was a huge fire in here not too long ago, so I'm not sure really which unit it was in. It may have been this one because a lot of this sheet metal looks like it's new or fairly new, where the other side has rust holes all through it everywhere, and it just drips all over the place constantly every time it rains. But that's the other area here. You can see it leaks a lot up there. If I open up this other door, there's actually aluminum and window frame or screen frames above it, so we wouldn't be able to see it, and it's right to the edge of the door. But all that is leaking. Right there, you can see that big one right in the middle is a rust hole. It's about the size of a fist, and it just pours in there too. There's another pretty decent rust hole right there. You can see just on the other side of that truss, where you can see our wonderfully immaculate code compliant wiring that we have in this building, where people have stretched extension cords everywhere to wire up the lights, and this is just an electrician's nightmare in here. And again, I'm told this is all my responsibility. If I want it changed, I got to pay all the electric to make this place safe. And none of this stuff works in here because the electric doesn't work. It's all gotten wet We do have lights up here at the top that are working, but only those two. The rest of them are out. I've tried to put bulbs, and I even put a ballast in one of them, and they don't light, and there's no energizing going to them. So, and that's the same problem I have in the other side in 16 and 17. And that's this one in a nutshell. Again, morning of October 11th, 2020. It's around 10 o'clock or so in the morning.